Pay attention to this video.
Billionaires and the most successful people in the world, they master the art of this one word, leverage. They master the art of leverage, and leverage in a lot of different ways, with people, with capital, with time. Matter of fact, let's actually pull up an example of an interview that I did recently with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal had 155 Five Guys. He sold them all. But I asked him, what was your secret to scaling in the franchise model? How did you scale out from 1 to 10 to eventually 50, 100, and 155 locations? Here's what he had to say. You owned like 155 Five Guys at one point.
I sold them.
You sold them?
Yeah, I sold them.
What's your secret to scaling in the franchise model, or just businesses in general?
The secret to scaling is one word, delegation. You can't be in 155 places at once, but I know somebody that can.
You heard it from him right there. One word. The secret to scaling is delegating, leveraging other people to come in and be where you cannot be. You cannot be in 1,000 places at once. See, the billionaires, the most hyper successful people, they bring other people in to be able to scale their businesses out. Like I said, it's not just with people though. This is leverage also with capital, with money. You know, I have a client who owns several $100 million worth of real estate in our content agency. And he said that you can tell how wealthy someone is by the amount of debt that they're able to leverage or take on from banks, because wealthy people, they play a different game than everybody else. They understand how to borrow money to leverage that debt and to create more wealth on it by understanding the ins and outs of the markets that they're in, the people that are getting in on the deals, the size of the transactions, the different, whether it's residential, commercial. More importantly, where I've seen this come up time and time again and most commonly is when, and here's what he had to say.
What do you do for a living out here in Dallas, Texas?
I run banks.
What was the most amount of money that you ever made in a single year?
Oh gosh, roughly 500 million a year.
Actually, I gotta get one more.
Okay.
Negotiation. It's a big component of businesses and closing deals, and your businesses have done multiple 9 figures. You're at the table with some heavy hitters. What's your best sales and negotiating advice for people trying to get better at closing clients and closing deals in today's world?
Walk away. The best deals I've done in my life, I've walked away, and they've come back.
You just heard it from him. And let's not stop there. How about Cal McNair? I mentioned him earlier, the owner of the Houston Texans, another multi-billionaire. I asked him what's his best advice on finding deals and negotiating. This is what he had to say.
Any negotiation advice? Somebody, they struggle to close deals in business. You've negotiated some massive deals. What's the secret to negotiating?
You want to do it, but not that bad.
What do you mean by that? You got to be able to walk away, or what?
You got to be able to walk away.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're going to be able to want to do it.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Did you hear that? What did they both say? You have to be willing to walk away in a negotiation. Understand this. The person who is the most willing to walk away from a deal in a negotiation will always have the leverage. You can never be desperate to get a deal done. If you're desperate, then that's when deals go to shit. Leverage with time, capital, people, and overall creating value in any scenario that you're in. You know that's not taught in school, right?